Hey, RVers. So here we are. We're getting ready to head a couple hours south in California. And I just wanted to continue the series on sharing my transparency about the disorganization and the clutter and what it might look like if you try to cram too much stuff into a small space, and some of the solutions I'm trying to come up with to tackle the endeavor. So without further ado, follow along and let me know what you think in the comments below. There she is. Got the dirt bike back on here through the pegs. Definitely not ideal, but it is what it is. The last thing we're going to be putting in here is the Starlink. So there's a link in the description if you want 1 free month of Starlink. So far I'm loving it, except for the cord situation in the door. I was going to say it's not as bad as usual, but it's about as bad as usual. So the main difference is I just shoved that part of the cushion up there. But I usually don't put my hose in here. It just happened to land in here this time because it was easier. And we have a like 16 quart oil jug because my truck does 15 quarts. So like that's the smallest I can do to fit it all in one container. That's sitting there. That's pay dirt with a leftover jug of oil from putting oil in the dirt bike. But that's pay dirt that I'm bringing with me from a river around here. This is almost empty. That's extra fuel for the generator or the dirt bike, or this, in this particular part of the trip, it was the cruiser. Starlink, I'm going to unplug that, let that all sit there, pull that in, sit that there. My chainsaw with some other tools is sitting there. The chainsaw is normally in the side compartment, but the side compartment, I don't know what. It's either like magically getting smaller or things are just more and more things aren't belonging in there. It's just not big enough. So, got the Hallmaster jack. That's a new jack because while I was boondocking last time, I definitely did a number on this rear jack. I'm kind of surprised it didn't flip the trailer, but we did. Yeah, we have a new jack. I just need to put it on. So I intended to do it here, but I never got to it. This is just trash. This will go in that trash bag, and I'll just throw that out at the next campground. That's some water. There's my roof rack. There's the couch cushion. But like, okay, so why am I showing you this again? Well, I'm just being transparent. This is what it might look like if you cram yourself into a small space and you decide to have a cruiser and a dirt bike and Starlink and oil change equipment and pay dirt and fuel containers and air fryers and a spare jack and a chainsaw and a Starlink and a gold prospecting mess and a big old hose. So there's the 2 rugs. And then, yeah, I have this bad boy set up. So we're going to turn this on. And honestly, I hope that there's nothing extremely exciting while we're driving happen. But this is going to capture it just to see what it looks like back here while we're doing 50 miles an hour down the road. So here's an in-motion overhead view from the Insta360 cam, and there really wasn't anything too exciting happening, which I'm okay with that. Link in the description for the camera. Luckily, last time we didn't have any catastrophic movement, and we went pretty far, but you just never know. So I guarantee something will shift. It's just a matter of what. But this is where I'm at. So like, I need to get better at this, but that Starlink could be like affixed here or something. But this just recently got that. So yes, the fuel cells. Most toy haulers have built-in fuel cells. I would still be able to carry them, but they should be somewhere else. They should be like on that roof rack, which the roof rack should be on the truck. But once again, we can't get quite get the right clips for that to work yet. This stuff just needs a new home, in my opinion. So I either get rid of it, which you can't exactly get rid of the generator. The gas cans don't make sense to get rid of. The little electric chainsaw, yeah, I can't burn wood in California, but most every other state you can use that, burn wood. I need to put the jack on. That's something I can manage. That belongs on the bottom of the camper. But it's just like, guys, we don't have much space here. pretty much you put stuff in the sink because when it's in the sink, it stays good. That will be okay. This will go in the truck. I'm saving black sand in all these pill bottles. Yeah. So, like, is it a mess? Yes. Am I really feel like I'm an idiot sometimes for just sharing about it? Absolutely. But you want transparency? Here's transparency of disorganization that I'm working on. Every single part of this journey is a constant work on the organization. I feel like, but right now, I've said this multiple times, I think it's about space. A lot of this stuff, the chair, a lot of this stuff is, you kind of need it, I feel. It's not the fuel, like we just went over the fuel cell generator, etc. But I need to organize it better because it doesn't, every single time it goes in a different place in here because none of it's actually a home. It's not feasible space. And the only way that I can afford to go out and explore and try to find the next opportunity, for the most part, is like using this as a primary vehicle source. So this needs to be easily accessible. So while I'm in places for 2 or 3 days, I could easily pull that out, go do what I need to do, and then pull back in here with relative ease and keep it moving. But the fact that all that stuff literally has to come in or out or somewhere to make this come out, plus the dirt bike on the back, like, it's very prevalent in my world what this stress is because it's what I actually live in and deal with every single day. Let me know in the comments below, where would you be at this point? What would you be doing? What would you do about the situation? I thought, you get some land, you get a storage container, you can put most of that in a storage container. There's stuff in the bed of the truck like that could disappear. Get an 8 to 10 foot longer camper, or just keep doing it this way. Alrighty, guys. So me and Cricket are about to hit the road. Right, Cricket? Right. She says yes. We're about to hit the road. Alright, girl. We'll see you on the next one. And from California. Peace.